Here, back in the fantasy bar for a special edition Thanksgiving six-pack. 6 of my favorite plays for you for the holiday slate on FanDuel and DraftKings. And we're going to look for those little edges out there, spots I think we can get a little bit different in, my favorite stack, and of course, my favorite play on the Thanksgiving slate. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. Time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Beer here back in the fantasy bar, bringing you a holiday special six-pack. 6 of my favorite plays for this turkey day on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by the fantasy bar and checking out this special video. Before we get to those plays, do me a favor, take a second and click that thumbs up button. That is hitting the tip jar here to continue to bring you these free videos. So thank you for that. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not already. All right, let's get into it here. Looks like a great slate of games with 3 very good games on it. Let's start at the wide receiver position with Jameson Williams of Detroit. Now, some of you are already shutting off the video. Guy scored 0 last week, 61 points scored, overtime. I can hear a lot of you out there. How in the hell are you supposed to play Jameson Williams? Well, I think a lot of people are going to have that sentiment here. So I think we get a nice discount here on his ownership this week. And the Green Bay defense, obviously, slowing down Jahmyr Gibbs coming off a historic day. Amon-Ra St. Brown, clearly the #1 pass catcher there. I think Williams is going to be putting a lot of opportunities to win down the field. And we know the big playability is there. Very few guys in this pricing range, especially on DraftKings, where he remains under 5,000, give you the ceiling he possesses. So cash games, sure, there are safer plays, but tournaments, I don't expect him to be very highly owned. A lot of good wide receiver plays on the high end on this slate here. And again, that ceiling certainly enticing. Jameson Williams leading us off here on Thanksgiving. All right, let's go to the quarterback position next. Lots of great choices. We're going to go with Dak Prescott of Dallas. So you can go to Mahomes on the other side. You got Joe Burrow coming back, Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff at home. Hell, even Jordan Love is in play here. So what does that mean? It means ownership not really a concern here at the quarterback position. Pick your favorite guy. And to me, that is Dak Prescott. Now, normally you don't put a ton of weight into splits, but this Dallas team just drastically better at home. And this is bared out over years. This season, 5 home games for Dak Prescott, averaging over 26 DraftKings points per game. There was a dud in there as well, so he's not bulletproof, but those numbers could be even higher here. 52 point total in this game. So should be plenty of offense and fireworks here. Now, Dallas is a 3.5 point underdog, and the Kansas City Chiefs, very good defensively, but better against the ground game. So both of those factors likely have Dallas throwing the ball a ton in this game. I think the upside is massive here this week for Dak Prescott. All right, let's go to wide receiver and pair Dak Prescott up with CeeDee Lamb. So definitely concerns out there with CeeDee Lamb. Catch the damn ball. You know, I'm seeing all of this. I'm watching the games, and George Pickens has been incredible. And this is certainly not to besmirch George Pickens. I think he's very playable here as well. But if the ownership's going to go to his side, I definitely want to be on CeeDee Lamb here. Still seeing a ton of work in this offense, averaging 10 targets per game over the last month, 6 double-digit target games this season, and they can get much more creative with Lamb than they can with George Pickens, who's mainly operating on the outside. They can move him in to the slot, to the backfield. I think they're going to find ways to get this guy going, an important piece as they make their playoff run here in a big game here against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think CeeDee Lamb bounces back in a big way, puts a big number on the board here on Thanksgiving. All right, let's go to the other side of the game at running back with Kareem Hunt. Now, this one I expect to be controversial, no doubt. Isaiah Pacheco sounding like he's going to be back this week. I still think this is Hunt's job, and this is not a reaction to last week. Yes, 30 carries was nice. The fantasy points were nice. It's the uncertainty here. I think people are going to run the spots that they feel much better about here, and this Kansas City running back is just not one of them. And yes, Dallas been much more improved against the run. We will give them that. But the 2 games that we are looking at are against 2 teams that are in the bottom 12 in rushing yards as a team. Saquon Barkley, Ashton Genty, yes, fantastic running backs. Raiders, horrible offensive line. Eagles, banged up offensive line. So those are the games that we're basing that off of. So they may be improved, but not a team that I need to avoid here on Thanksgiving. Kansas City, 28-point team total here. So should be putting plenty of points on the board, and there are a few that are better around the goal line than Kareem Hunt. I would expect him to get some opportunities. In fact, I think he scores not only once, but twice in this game. Even if Pacheco is back, he is still their preferred option at the goal line. Add it all up, I think Kareem Hunt, a fantastic play here on Thanksgiving. All right, let's get you some value at the tight end position with Mike Gesicki of Cincinnati. So Jamar Chase back, Joe Burrow likely back, but T. Higgins has already been announced as out with that concussion. And I think this is a huge boost for Mike Gesicki. Yes, you get a bump for guys like Yoshivas, Tinsley, but I think it's Gesicki who operates as the wide receiver 2 for this Cincinnati team. Another big total in this game, 51 here to close out Thanksgiving. And the Bengals, 7-point underdogs, so likely playing from behind, likely throwing a ton in this game. So Gesicki going to get a healthy amount of targets here. And my guess, a lot of the field going to go to the cheaper tight end, and they're going to go to Baltimore. And it makes sense. Cincinnati been historically bad against the tight end position. So both Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely here in play. So I think we get a little bit of an ownership discount here. Mike Gesicki, one of my favorite values on Thanksgiving. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for this Thanksgiving holiday. Before we do that, yes, we are going to give away another free month here of RotoGrinders Premium. Very easy to play. All you need to do, click that thumbs up button, you head to the comment section, and you're going to guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my beast of Thanksgiving. If your guess is the closest, easy as that. Free to play, and you get a free month of RotoGrinders Premium simply for watching this Thanksgiving video. All right, time to wrap things up with my favorite play on this slate. You know I'm as the beast of Thanksgiving. All right, Beast time. I owe you one more running back, and my favorite play on this slate by far, running back Derrick Henry of Baltimore, the beast of Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, all about traditions, food, football, family. Let's not forget the fourth tradition, and that is Derrick Henry absolutely going on a tear as you head into November and December. We are starting to see that play out again this season. Had a lull after a good start. Mid-season, been kind of rough, but now back-to-back games with 22 and nearly 24 DraftKings points over the last 2 weeks. Cincinnati been awful against the run, 131 rushing yards per game to the running back position, and they're giving up the most fantasy points, obviously, but it's not just the most. They're lapping the field 3 DraftKings and FanDuel points more than the second worst team, the New York Giants, who we just saw give up about 7,000 yards to Jahmyr Gibbs. So 33.5 DraftKings points per game, 29.5 FanDuel points per game to the running back position. And Derrick Henry obviously seeing a ton of work here. Big favorites at home, expecting a big dose of the big dog, making him easily my favorite play on the board and the beast of Thanksgiving. All right, guys, that'll do it for our holiday Thanksgiving 6-pack. As always, any comments, questions, feedback, things you're thankful for, whatever you guys want to talk about, hit me up in that comment section right below the video, or you can reach out on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Don't forget your guess. How many DraftKings points for Derrick Henry this week to win a free month of RotoGrinders Premium? While you're in that comment section, who's your beast of Thanksgiving? A lot of great choices out there. Who are you rolling with this week? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Enjoy the family, the food, the football, and hopefully a big night from Derrick Henry. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Good luck on this slate, and we'll see you for the main slate later on this week.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on rotogrinders.com/videos.